Okay, so here we shall have, here is gold. Gold is selling here because we had this low. Okay, so you see over there, okay, price, we had this high over here, then this was the higher, the higher low. But I also want you guys to observe that even though price has shown interest in taking out the previous high, we have seen already price has already broken the lower low, right? This was the lower low, price went up underneath it. Even though it didn't close underneath, we know that it went underneath it, so that's an indication already. When I have something like this, I usually don't even hesitate to take my sales, because I know that in the fuller picture, if I'm to go with a fuller picture, this is going to be a good sell. I have the high over here, okay, I have the lower high over here. Now this is the upcoming lower high, but it was broken to make a new higher high. Now you may ask me, where exactly am I looking for price to go if I'm to sell, right? Again, you go to the H4. I want you guys to observe that on the H4, price already made an indication underneath this level. Underneath this level, price was bearish. Okay, we have a new lower low in the market. On top of having a new lower low in the market, I want you guys to observe that price respected a lower high, and then this was a lower high, so it never took out the high time frame lower high. So given all these conferences, I'm taking sales on gold. Okay, I'm aiming for this area here. So this will be the first TP, this zone over here. So if we are to hold, that will be around 53k, right? Look at my stop loss. My stop loss is only 21k. So I give price room to rotate, right? I give price room to rotate. So yeah, let's wait for that one. Then I have another pair, which is US oil. US oil, I want you guys to observe that I took this entry from, I think, 2 days back, 3 days actually, coming to 4 days back. And the reason I told you why I'm going to sell US oil was because price made an indication over there in the daily time frame. This was underneath this zone. Price was giving us the indication that it was going to sell. On top of that, price respected the previous high. I want you guys to observe that this was the high that we had. This was a lower high, right? Price respected it by not closing above this lower high on the high time frame. Therefore, in my mind, I was thinking that if price manages to not close above this area, then I have potential for price to do what? Have a continuation push. Now this continuation push, price can push up, all right, and then pull down. That's all normal, we expect that. But what I'm trying to show you is that if this price action works out the way it should, then we should probably have another second push towards this low over here. So for US oil, I'm expecting price to reach this zone here. That will be around $6,000, and we are risking only $600 from if you guys can observe over here, that's where we are risking. It's $600 of risk for 6k in profit. So those are the type of things that I want you guys to understand, that you can leverage your account and make money. Okay, so yesterday I took a buy on what? US30. US30 currently is now starting to sell. Okay, selling massively. You can't see this unless you go to the H1. Okay, so on the H1 we have this level of support over there, as you can see. So let me first close this position. Okay, so on the H1 you see that we have this level of support. Look at this, we have this level of support. Price came here, it bought aggressively, then it had an indication when price went underneath the level, came for correction, then went underneath. So this was all a good setup for a sell. I don't know where it will end, because currently, as you can see, price just broke out a very recent lower high. So this is a higher high that price was able to break out of. I want you guys to observe, we have this higher high. Price managed to break above it, okay, giving us the indication. So all this move here can be considered a consolidation or a correction phase, right? But gold is actually starting to move. As you can see, price has now started to sell aggressively. Yeah, let's wait and see how this one goes. But I already told you that we are going to sell, so let's wait.